again, we are watching for new developments coming out of that critical meeting. And let's bring in what we may hear and some strategy. Chairman of CPAC, Matt Schlapp, here on Newsline. Good to see you, Matt, as always.
Great to be with you, Bianca.
You know, we've heard Donald Trump over and over the past few weeks sort of seeding the idea of relocating Palestinians. And then obviously with Netanyahu, it was the vision for Gaza. You know, now he's gone to the point where he's sitting across from Abdullah right now. We saw him just walk in. Aid is on the line, Matt. And, you know, Jordan gets about $1.45 billion in annual foreign assistance. We know it was all put on pause for 90 days, but that really is the leverage here. Do you think that they will acquiesce to Donald Trump and take in these refugees?
Well, I haven't seen an occasion where Donald Trump hasn't won one of these leverage points. He's won them all that I can see. He's won them in Venezuela, Canada, Mexico, you know, all these plane loads of criminal illegals going back into these countries. I mean, I think the problem for the king is that the Palestinians viewed the acceptance of the Gaza Strip, as a real historical marker, and in many ways, Trump is saying it's a failure. It's a destabilized region, and it's hard to argue with that. And so now the king doesn't want to. All these moderate Arab leaders, of which I put the king in that group, they don't want to make it seem like they're turning against their Arab kin in these altercations. So my guess is when the cameras are off, and the president's talking to the king in the Oval Office, he's agreeing that terrorism is a huge problem in the area and that the Palestinians have not governed themselves in a way that would make you want them to be a state. I think that'd be a disaster. So they've got to deal with this, and my guess is they'll have a very candid conversation.
Right. And we're watching all of that. And you're right. Some in the, you know, saying it's more of, you know, Palestinian states identity issue if they absorb them. Others, of course, say it's about security because they don't want, you know, Hamas that's in Gaza to actually go more into Jordan. So as we watch that, we also know Trump's, you know, comments towards Iran are now saying if you do not release all the hostages by Saturday at noon, all hell is going to break out. And exactly what you just said, we haven't seen Donald Trump really lose one of these arguments. We were all sitting here before he was sworn into oath, took the oath before inauguration, and his firm stance to Iran worked. We saw hostages released, Matt, that Saturday. So when we hear these words, all hell, and he says, you'll find out, I wonder how Iran is taking this today. Obviously, they have their state-run media, but here we go again at a very critical juncture here.
Yeah, Iran is really the scourge of the world. They are destabilizing the region. They don't believe in the Holocaust. They don't think Israel has a right to exist. The Iranian people, I'm told from Iranian contacts I have, are much more pro-America than this mullah-based government. And you know, so this is the fight and the threat that needs to occur. Trump is letting Iran know that he signed this maximum pressure campaign to be back on Iran like he did previously. And Iran was literally buckling, going bankrupt. Its fossil fuels were not able to be sent to very many countries. And Joe Biden saved them because he believed that if we gave them economic support, somehow that would prevent them from getting a nuclear weapon, when it's just the opposite. It's all that money that allows them to pay for terrorism and expand their nuclear program. So it's another impractical Biden dangerous policy that started under Obama. And if Donald Trump only does one thing, I'm not talking about plastic straws, which I'm totally for, but if he just does one thing, and if he defangs Iran, it'll be one of the greatest accomplishments of any American president.